Just why I'll never have a 9 to 5. You won't catch me working for the man just to give it all to the government every 2 weeks. No, I like to get paid when I work. Why are you laying down? Let's go. You just got off work. Let's do something fun. Get these covers off.
That's the most accurate thing I've ever seen. Y'all, I swear. So this is one of my mutuals posted that in their stories. So I'm gonna tag them. But I don't know who the original creator is, but that is brilliant. Because one of the things that pisses me off is that they have convinced us that, like, you know, domestic violence and all that stuff, like the most typical example is like men who have like a lot of money and are controlling. That has never been my experience. And I think most women who are super independent and like don't come from a family where men ever took care of them, which is a lot of us, this is how we end up being abused. This right here, the hobosexual. I would even argue, I would be willing to bet that the hobosexual is way more common than like the, what's that guy, Gray? It's not Grey's Anatomy. God, what's that thing? Dakota, what's her butt? These hobosexual Peter Pans, they're across like multiple demographic. You know what I mean? Like for me, as a privileged white woman in the United States, my most common like hobosexual, and as someone in the outdoors, was the climber, the skier, just the outdoorsy guy, right? Because they love finding a woman with like 4 degrees who works super hard and has a really good job, has a nice car, has, you know, a really nice place to live. And this person literally does nothing. And they're like, cool, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's intelligent. I can do literally nothing but have fun all day. And then I can go out of town with my friends on like week-long adventures and leave all my gear at her house. Like, tell me if you've had a climber or, you know, a mountain biker or a skier, you know, just one of these like van life kind of dudes who literally uses you so they can park in your driveway and keep their stuff, their gear at your place, right? But like every demographic seems to have these hobosexuals. And I really think that when we talk about domestic violence, coercive control, even financial abuse, we need to be focusing more on this, because this is like all the women that I know who have been in terrible relationships, it's almost always with men like that, not like successful, powerful men. And I think one of the reasons is because we are so independent. We are not used to relying on men. We're not used to like anyone taking care of us. And especially if you were raised by like a single mom and you just saw her take care of everything, then it's weird for a man to come into your life and you expect him to take care of anything because you've always taken care of yourself. So the white men who've done this, it's not because of anything working against them other than them just sucking and their own entitlement and their own laziness. Like they don't even have like a systemic form of oppression working against them so that they can't be employed and take care of, not even take care of, even just contribute to a woman's life. But that part in the video where like you get home from a long day's work and you are paying the bills and you're supporting their whole lifestyle. Like for me, my hobosexual was like literally like rode the rails, you know, for 9 years. He lived on train and like I caught him eating dog food and brushing his teeth with his finger in dirt. Like, God, y'all, love is blind. Sorry, not love. Being groomed and manipulated and having trauma responses with a man and blah, blah, blah. Like that's blind. That'll make you do things like that. You just not see things or, you know, ignore them. But this man had no money ever, but he always had money for, and right? Like he always had money for self-destructive things, especially illegal ones. He wouldn't help pay for any of the little vacations we went on, which, you know, I was a waitress in a pizza place. So even though we didn't go anywhere fancy, I still paid for the gas, you know, and like the entrance into the medieval festival and blah. He didn't ever contribute to that, but he always had, you know, which I also wanted him to smoke because if he didn't smoke, he was a prick, right? Because, you know, his whole mood, you know, I need my medicine is what he used to always say. But I swear, he left his stuff at my place. I let him use my place while I was on vacation with my family. And when I came back, like, he never left. He moved in while I was on vacation. They always have like a storage unit because they never have their own place. He came straight from the girlfriend that I didn't even know he had, that he was, until it was like already like, like involved because he lied about that. He came straight from his girlfriend's mother's place because he was living with his girlfriend's mother, right? The dude had a hammock. When he broke up with her, he's like, you got a hammock, you know? I'll just sleep in my hammock or sleep in a van down by the river with my coworkers, because he literally was sleeping in a van down by the river. I'm not even joking, y'all. This is like almost cartoonishly absurd. But whenever he had a little extra money, one day he came home with like brand new cowboy boots. First of all, he was a skater when I started dating him. I was like, whoa, cowboy. I mean, when I think of cowboy, I think of like racer. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh no, what happened to you? Like he literally just changed personas after we started dating. Goodbye, skater dude. Hello, cowboy. And then he bought a hat. I was so embarrassed to be seen with this man wearing a cowboy hat. Like, I'm not into cowboy. I would have never dated you if I knew you were a cowboy, you know, but he was like wanted to be like Young Guns too, you know, Billy the Kid or some crap. But the way they will charm their way into your life and be like, hey, let's go have fun, even though you work all the time and I don't contribute anything, but I use your place for laundry, for, you know, a place to shower, you know, like to keep my food in the refrigerator. And you know how they get you, y'all? Eating. Anytime you date a man and you haven't seen his place yet, you don't know how stable his life is, if he's really good at eating, there's a good chance he's a hobosexual, because they won't work, but they will master that, because that's how they hook you. Because especially women who are used to men who don't give a crap about our O. I mean, it's brilliant, right? I had never had like a real O until I was 36. And then this man comes to my life and he's just like, bah! And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know my body could do this. I didn't know I could feel this way. It's like being as heavy as a refrigerator, but having like glitter running through my veins at the same time and being weightless somehow too. Like I was like, it's like an out of body experience. And he is the person who gave that to me for the first time. Do you think that impacted my choices? Do you think those rose-colored glasses stayed on a lot longer than they would have if I looked at the condition that this man is very insecure? Like there's red flags. He's literally just like, red flag, red flag. You might as well be just, that makes him the soundtrack to his life. But I fell for his charm, his eating skills, and most of all, I felt a little sorry for him. Never, ever, 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 ever date a man you feel sorry for, you feel empathetic toward, you want to help out, you believe in them, don't do it. Those men are hobosexual. And if they have gear, if they want to leave stuff at your place, or if they carry their stuff around in trash bags, or, any of that stuff, they are going to ruin your life. I'm not even joking, y'all. Protect yourself. This needs to be curriculum in like domestic violence awareness classes, because this is way, way more common than like a dude who is successful and has money, right? Never let them move in or even stay at your place, because they're not going to leave.